The video you're watching right now is currently being edited by me at this point in time. However, I just had a differential equations test yesterday, and I got a physics 2 exam tomorrow. So I don't have time to edit the whole thing, but I still want to get a video out on the 15th. I will be uploading another video going through the lines, and hopefully I can get them separated. But the entire finished firmware modified for the R1 Plus will be in the description below. Feel free to download that, play with that before the next video comes out, and you can see what you like. But in the meantime, enjoy.
Hello again, and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be doing a little bit of modification on the R1 Plus. This video will be going over modification of the firmware of the R1 Plus. Now I did a video similar to this with the R1, but I didn't go over all the details of exactly what I was changing. I just told you the lines that I did change to get the results I did. Instead, I'm going to be going down line by line of the configuration.h file and a little bit of the configuration_adv file. So first things first, before you start any of this, you're going to need the Arduino IDE software. So we're going to go download that right now. I'm going to move over to screen capture mode. The first thing you're going to do is go to Arduino, and I'm just going to type in Arduino into Google, and Arduino Home is the place you're going to want to go. The URL is arduino.cc. I'll put a link down in the description that brings you directly to the download page. On the web page, you just go down to Download Arduino IDE, and there should be support for Windows, Mac, and Linux. I, of course, have a Windows computer, so I'm going to be using the Windows installer. And then when this little thing pops up, I don't know if you can see the little pop-up, but I'm just going to hit Run. You can save the file if you have multiple computers to download on and you don't have to wait every single time, but it shouldn't take that long to download the software itself. Alright, so once it loads, you're going to have this small window. You're just going to install it in a regular, just like a regular program would be, and once that entire installation is done, we can move on to the next step. Alright, so I don't know if you can see this on the screen cap that I have, but basically it's asking, do you want to install this driver? Go ahead and hit install. You most likely have all the drivers you need to run the Arduino because you've already been interfacing with one if you've been communicating with your printer via USB. But you can install them just in case. When you get to the end of the installation, you'll have an icon on your desktop and you'll have Arduino completed. Go ahead and hit close. Alright, so now that we have the Arduino program, we now need to go get the R1 Plus firmware. It'll be the same place that the R1 firmware is if you're looking for the R1, but of course I'm working on the R1 Plus. So we're going to reopen the browser. In the URL portion, we're going to be typing in help.robo3d.com. But we're going to be going to the R1 Plus. And all you have to do is scroll down. On the right-hand side, you'll see a little section called Firmware. And you can download the original R1 firmware, or you can just update firmware with Arduino, and that's the R1 Plus firmware. So when you get here, updating the R1 Plus firmware, you can read this, but the TLDR is going to be this video. So what you're going to do is just download the R1 Plus firmware, R1 Original if you're using an R1 Original, of course. And you're going to get the same pop-up window at the bottom. This one, save. Don't run this one. Once it's done downloading, we're going to open the folder. Okay, so now that it's installed, you have a zip file on your computer. Go ahead and just open up the zip file into a folder you'd like. I'm going to put it in a folder called Robo 3D so I can just access the folder. So for your sanity, I would definitely make sure that you keep a copy of the absolute complete stock R1 or R1 Plus firmware on your desktop. And then as soon as you do that, rename another one Modified. And this will prevent any major issues that happen with the printer. If you can't figure out how to get to the original document, or you don't have the access to download something, if something goes wrong, just have the stock firmware sitting around for you to just reset everything if you need. But now that I have it on there, I couldn't take a screen capture of the file explorer on my computer. But we're going to now open Arduino. Alright, so in the Arduino application, you're going to find a regular void setup and void loop. This is just the standard thing that you see when you open up Arduino. It's just a blank document for an Arduino file. So we're going to go to the top. I don't know if you can see the top, but we're going to go to File and Open. and I don't know if you can see this either, but you're going to find wherever you place your document, mine's in my downloads folder, and you're going to open up configuration.h. Now, when you do that, it's going to open up a second window, and this is going to be the whole configuration system we're going to be working with. It's going to show you your Robo 3D R1 Plus version 2 document. And again, if you rename it modified, you need to rename the file that says Robo 3D R1 Plus V2 modified. So we're going to go to configuration.h. Don't mess with anything else. Just go to configuration.h. And we're going to work our way down the lines here. And I'm going to show you exactly what each of the tunes do. And if you're using a release candidate and you have an R1 Plus, you can use all of the numbers that we're going to go down on the list in the stock firmware, or you can just have them side by side if you want to do that as well. And you can get all the benefits of the release candidate while making sure you have all of the accurate settings from the stock firmware. So let's get into it right now.
Like I said, I gotta go study for my physics exam right now. Got that tomorrow. Hopefully I do good, and I'll see you guys in the next video.